Hi there YouTubers, welcome back to my channel, Workshop Fun. Today I'd just like to post a quick update on the caravan and everything that I've been doing in the last few weeks. So, we'll get started. So the first thing I've done lately, off the top of my head, is I made this white surround here for the switchboard. I was contemplating exchanging or changing this switchboard to a modern one, but I thought no, I'll keep the switchboard. It's original to the caravan and it gives it sort of the old school's look with a little bit of a modern touch with the voltmeter that I've put into it. So I used my mill and I milled out a square gap in this and made it so it would accommodate the old switchboard, and then I glued and screwed this white surround on, and now it's looking really neat. So that's fantastic. A little bit of work in that, but it hides the old holes that have been put in this area in the past and makes it look nice again. I think that sort of just gave it a new lease of life, and it looked better than my original solution, which was these things that I made. I made them in the mill, but I could never, I wasn't quite happy with the way they turned out. So yeah, the other thing I've done lately is in behind here I've now hidden the cords to these two lights and also painted everything up here a nice white to match everything else. So it hides the lights nicely, and yeah, it just looks cool. So sort of brought it into a bit more of a modern age. And those lights of course can change colour. It's got so many colours I wouldn't know what to do with half of them, but hey, they're there. Anyway, I haven't done any more on this side, this splashback. That's all finished now, and yeah, it just looks really nice and tidy again. So happy with that, so I'll leave that alone. What I have been doing though lately is in my bedroom I have turned around and pulled the bit of timber out that was put up here by someone else. Wasn't original to the caravan. What had happened is the bit of timber had actually leaned from heat and also the caravan being so moist. I think the timber up there had got quite damp with the dampness in the air of this caravan, and then it dried out, and what happened is it buckled over, and it was actually affecting the way this wardrobe door was clearing. The wardrobe door was actually scraping on the bit of timber, so I removed that and put this in, and this actually took a lot of work, but it's done now. But I had to put some timber slats underneath here, so this here would actually sit reasonably level, and I put a timber slat underneath here too, and then I was able to glue and screw this in, and then I had to run some sealant along here, and then once the sealant had cured, I then taped up along this edge and carefully wet and dried the sealant and made it smooth, and then turned around and after that painted all of this carefully. So that's come up nice. The other thing I've done lately is I laid this bed back down. It had been standing up, but I laid it back down just to do a mock-up of what I needed to do to finish off this bit of timber here. Because I put the custom fan system in underneath my bed as well, I actually had to make a bit of timber up, and I'd been working on this for quite a while. It's a bit of effort. I used my mill and embossed two different types of bits of timber in here, and then carved this out with the mill, and then used a white no more gaps sealant and turned around and built that up with sealant, and then sanded it off flush with the timber, and then I varnished it. And now I've also cut it out to the right shape to suit the angle, or the right angle, sorry, to suit this angle here. And now it sits pretty well flush with the wall. And now underneath here, that accommodates this fan, so that's good. So all three fans are underneath here. You got that one that sucks in from the hatch, and you got this one and this one, and they're all Sirocco fans, so good quality, and they're all the same type of fan. So yeah, very pleased with that. And I don't know, for anybody who hasn't seen my setup, they're all on Wi-Fi plugs, so wherever I am I can turn them on, so literally anywhere in the world if I wanted to, but it's just mainly handy when I'm at work. I can turn them on and cool the caravan down before I get home in the middle of summer, so that's nice. Okay. Now those are the loud fans, those three. They're not too loud, but they're reasonably loud. But I've been also working on my quiet fan system, which sucks air from underneath the caravan, the cold air from underneath the caravan, and brings it up to, you know, my bedroom. So I've fitted this nice grill, and that's all finished now. This here is just sitting here at the moment. It's not even screwed in, it's just there so I can mock up what I'm doing, and then it can be removed and this wall here can be finished off. And while I was at it, for the stainless steel trim that I've made and ran along here, I have also cut out the groove for that in the dresser. But yeah, okay, so with the upright fan, I've now hooked up the ducting, and up here the ducting's just there, so that's just sitting there loosely at the moment, but I'm still using it because it gets hot in here in the middle of the day when I'm working, so handy to have this. And underneath I have got a bit of ducting, PVC ducting with some stainless steel fine woven mesh on it to stop rubbish getting into the fan. But I will show you that on the next video, because that ain't quite finished yet. There's still a bit coming from the UK that I'm going to fit underneath there to finish it off. It's a backdraft stopper. Anyway, so now the fan is now also hardwired into that plug. I ran the wiring and had my electrician look at it, and he was very happy with the work, so that was fine. Easy stuff anyway. And you know, my USBs that I've fitted into the caravan, they're all certified now too, along with the transfer switch for my inverter. So that's all done. Into the bathroom, I haven't done much more in the bathroom yet. It is nearly finished anyway, but yeah, I've just basically tidied up the stainless steel panel a bit. I still haven't built the wooden channel that I want to make to cover these wires, but I'll let my friend finish the bathroom ceiling first back here, and then I'll finish the little bits. But that's all getting there. Now the other bits I've been doing is, if you come out here, is up here I've been tidying up the silicone on the edges of the solar panel feet. So anything that you can see, I've been tidying it up so it looks nice. And you know, it looks like it's presentable. Also, if people haven't seen this, this is another thing another thing that I customized. This here is a cheap outside light from Mitre 10, and it's actually glass, so that's really nice, good quality, and it's got a rubber seal, so it's waterproof, of course. Now, I decided to stick with the 12 volt with my outside light, but this was a 240 volt light when I brought it, and I ripped out the guts of the 240 volt setup and installed a 12 volt setup and fitted a LED 12 volt bulb. Now that's a really good way of saving a lot of money and getting a better quality outdoor light too. I looked at the RV ones and they were a lot, and this was, with doing some shopping on AliExpress and buying this from Mitre 10, I would say it cost me $30. That's really good going compared to what you spend on an RV one, which ain't even as good as this one. It's like often quite rubbishy. Anyway, so that's just a tip for anybody who, you know, is interested. Now I'll pause this and be back in a sec. Now, last but definitely not least is the last two solar panels that I'm in the throes of installing. I've literally just set them on top of the roof for now because this is where they're going to go. But I have ordered the feet, the cabling and the connectors that I need. This time round, once again, I chose not to make the cables for these two panels because sometimes it's nice just to buy things rather than make everything, because I've made so many cables and done so much wiring, I'm a bit sick of it at the moment. But anyway, this here is the last two solar panels. Now, the front two solar panels that are the same, the two 60 watts up there, they're wired in series, and these ones will be wired in series, and then they will be wired in parallel together and go through that that pass through receiver there. And so effectively I will be doubling the voltage and keeping the same amps with each set, and that's how I'm able to use my 75 volts 15 amp solar charger. So that there will give me, together these four panels will give me 240 watts extra that I didn't have before, and that'll bring my total wattage to 1435 watts of solar. And yeah, well, I think that'll do. The caravan roof is getting pretty full now anyway. There's really not that much room left, so yeah. Oh, jeepers, if you look down there, my fan system up there is also getting really dusty, but oh well, I'll clean it off when this leaves the workshop. Anyway, that's about all for now, and I will catch you on the next update. Bye.